As soon any Mazda that comes out, got to be purchased because you got to show loyalty to the Wankel.
Indeed, it's Wankels stick together.
I think green matches the color of my eyes, which I was always told was the thing to do to try and attract the opposite sex.
Smooth and sexy and bolted and chunky. That's it. We should be in
My mind
marketing.
is going somewhere then, and I
Don't
don't.
stop. Hello, you're listening to Talking After Slot, the podcast about having fun with Mazdas. Well, it is today because I've got a RevoSlot Mazda, and Peter, you've got a RevoSlot Mazda.
I have a RevoSlot Mazda.
And I think it's desperately appropriate because some of you may know Peter's nickname on Slot Forum has long been
Wankel.
Wankel Ickx, and of course the Mazda is a Wankel engine, so it's Wankel on Wankel, and I'm looking forward to seeing whether YouTube destroys that title. Anyway, so jolly exciting about having I haven't bought a RevoSlot for a long time. In fact, I think the last one I bought was the triple set of the Toyota GT1 for reasons of employment in the past, obviously. So that was probably 4 years ago, 5 years ago, something like that.
What?
Yeah,
Seriously?
must be. Yeah, must be. The only RevoSlots I've got are Toyotas. Well, until now, I've got a Mazda. So we were just saying before we came on air, as soon as they announced deliveries, or this model, and they showed deliveries, and there was the white with the green stripes, there was a kind of deep thing within me. There it is. And I went, oh, I've got to have that, I've got to have that, even with anxiety that I have to be quick in case they sell out, because they don't make many of them, that sort of feeling. And yet, I didn't buy that one, but you did. So take us through what brought you to buying the green and white one.
I think it's the sweetest one there is. That's very simple.
That's
It is sweetly pretty. I quite like the orangey one, but I think green matches the color of my eyes, which I was always told was the thing to do to try and attract the opposite sex. Hence why I'm wearing a green to match my eyes.
I see. Have slot cars ever attracted the opposite sex?
No, quite the opposite.
Well,
Weirdly.
you've attracted to... Okay, no, that won't go there. I won't go there. Slot car dating tips. There's a whole other video.
The other thing that attracted me to this, and someone's going to prove me wrong now, but I just love those front spots. I know they're going to come busting off at some point. Oh, that might have been a bit loud for the mic. Sorry. But I love those front spots, and I just think the overall look of this beast is. This is when endurance racing cars were like pretty close to road cars, kinda, and I just love that era. And I think I'm not a big fan of the FB, the Savannah model of the RX.
We'll get you with all your technicalities and American brand names. Yeah.
I'm not. You in the preamble to this, you said something about aficionado. You didn't accuse me of being one, which no one would ever do. I'm not an aficionado, but I just know what I like. Oh, I've just noticed the aerial's already gone from this one. I'm not. I'd much prefer the FD 3, which is the one I had. But as soon any Mazda that comes out, got to be purchased because you got to show loyalty to the Wankel.
Indeed, it's Wankels stick together. I think it's probably the way to sum that up. But
What is the algorithm going to do with this content? I am fascinated.
It's the auto translate for Italian. I'm really worried about. But anyway, you threw me up a line. Then Mazda slot cars, very very rare. I mean, I think
Yep.
this is the third one in my. We have this. Oh no! So there's the Le Mans winning car,
Yep.
which is the 777,
787B.
787, and
We now have the 767 just come out from Slaughter.
exactly. And then this is that it? There are no other Mazda slot cars, I think.
Oh my, pushing my knowledge. Yeah, I think you're right.
Oh no, I'm proving myself wrong. This is the benefit of being old. My memory's caught up with my mouth, and of course, didn't Car Tricks do? I think Car Tricks did a road going MX-5 for no
Did they?
explicable reason. Yeah.
And do car tricks still exist?
No,
No.
I don't think so. No,
What does that tell us?
they were very odd, weren't they? They did those great 50s Grand Prix cars, and then
Yeah,
they did the odd
which have
other thing.
horrendous resale values now. I'd like to try one, but I don't think they go for less than 50 squid.
They are
Which I
lovely.
don't know is I feels as an indulgence feels a bit too much.
You get a nice duster with them if it's still got it with it.
Yeah,
If,
that's true.
I mean, stickers are all very well, but a duster really does come in handy. I think more domestic cleaning appliances in slot cars. I think.
So before we started, because I was concerned about the amount of glare coming off my mirror there, I went and just adjusted the angle of the mirror, and holy cow, the amount of dust on that mantelpiece. I just thought,
Yes, that's gently settling behind you.
I'm a man who lives alone, is all I'm saying.
Brings us back to the slot cars. Anyway,
Yeah.
have you run your green stripe
Oh, hell
Mazda?
yeah. So I've had it a couple of weeks, and I gave it the full race tuning by Pedro works. So it hit the track fully tuned up, and I was delighted with its performance. It does have the slightly chunkier rear wheels compared to the other classic cars, which I think are narrower.
Hmm.
Do I own? I own the Nissan 510, which has really skinny rear wheels, and the gearing's different on this one. So this is a whole different class that they've introduced really with this and the 934, I think, which are I believe similar specs, both
That
different from the earlier Alpha, Nissan, Opel, Escort.
I'm glad you raised that because it's one of the things I've seen people talking about with them, saying, "Oh, what we're going to race them against," and I thought,
Well, I think you got to wait for more of this type to come out.
no, but the 93 or the 911, even the Revo slot, do they do an RS one, an RSR? So in real life, this would have raced against things like 911 RSRs, and I'm sure it would have done. But anyway, in fact, I know it did because I watched a little film of the car racing only yesterday. Um, so
Well,
anything
their
that's
bigger
late.
brother, sorry, their
Sorry.
bigger brother BRM are just bringing out an RSR, aren't they? The 124th. But wouldn't it also have occasionally come up against 934s?
Yeah, I mean 934's kind of is, yeah, basically the same thing, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm waiting on the right livery of the oops, sorry, livery of the 934
What's
because that will have to be done.
and
I think they're
what's
planning a martini one.
oh yeah. Well, that's yeah, but they won't release that first, will they? In classic slot car. Well, I'm going to say that Revo slot have been interesting. I mean, previously talked about they have too many releases, but they've done three real liveries now, and I think they've announced some other liveries which I think are also real.
You're talking about the 934.
No, I'm talking about the Mazda again, and then
Oh,
I'm
yep.
sure they'll, but of course they descend into completely fake liveries quite quickly,
Yeah.
don't they?
There'll be martini livers soon enough.
Gulf, Repsol.
Ah, don't talk to me about God. The 934 is out. They've done three 934s so far, and there are three more planned, I believe. One of them being a martini, which has my name on it.
Okay. Has it got your name on it on any shops waiting list? Have you
I
pre-ordered?
I don't believe at the moment you can pre-order. At the time of publication, time of recording, I don't think you can pre-order from
Nervous,
Lancashire, obviously.
ner- nervous times if you
Mm.
can't pre-order. That's it. Anyway, so when you were running it, how did it go? How did you find it? Were you happy?
Well, it was well run in. I struggled with the truing of the tires, which I tried to do beforehand, but I think it arrived on like the Monday afternoon, and Tuesday is our race night, so I had very little time to prep it. I attempted to true the tires and did a bit of a. They were pretty out of round, I think, the tires is my excuse. So they weren't perfectly done. I've done more to them since. Um, but it went like stink. It really did. I was very pleased with it. Not too noisy. I will put some tape on the screw holes, the T-nuts, I think some people call them, to try and dampen down the metal on metal because it's got two-piece chassis.
Hmm.
But it went really well. It hasn't deslot. I think the missing aerial, if there ever was one there, maybe it's just a stubby one. I think that's down to transport in the slot box rather than necessarily rolling. I don't remember crashing it. It's deslotted, but it hasn't barrel rolled or anything yet. So I'm well
Well,
pleased with it. I
interesting.
never fitted the mirrors. I don't bother fitting mirrors. They're separate in the box.
I did put the mirrors in, just because they'll get lost otherwise. But it's interesting what you say. But because I've got polycar track, and
Yes.
the wheels weren't completely round, shall we say, which was a little bit, so it was a little bit hobbly.
Hmm.
And it didn't have much grip at first, which surprised me because all the other ones are. But I've now given it many, many laps, and yeah, it's kind of the good thing about Polycar is it kind of does tyre truing for you
Yeah.
as you go.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's fine, and the grip is definitely there. It's lovely. It's quick but nice.
Yeah.
D-slotting is interesting. I saw a Spanish video where they put lower profile front tyres on to get the front end down a bit.
Yeah, I've done that.
Have you? Okay. Oh.
As part of the race tuning by Pedro stage one is skinning up the front tires and rounding out the edges of everything.
Okay. I don't do that. No.
I love the way there are so many different approaches to the same hobby, the same thing of getting a car to go fast. Some people just, pick it out of the box, put it on a track, and run it. Other anally retentive types like me go to the
Those,
nth degree to try and get everything get out of it,
well, you may have
waving it
heard.
around.
I was very proud of coining the term. Tuning is the antidote to fun, and I
Oh
think that's
yes, was that recently? Yeah, you did.
probably recently. And I think I hold true to. I think those of us who take the car out the box and put it on the track, take the magnet out. It wasn't necessary in this case, but take the magnet out, put the car on the track, and have fun. That's what it's all about. But then the racing stuff. I've got this theory because racing happens a lot, and there's something relative to talk about and timing. So there's a thing to talk about. It gets a disproportionate amount of attention. So it seems like there's a lot of it going on. I'm sure most people just take the car out of the box and play with it. But of course, there's nothing really to write about or to go, hey, there's a video of me just playing with my cars. Um, anyway, that might work. Maybe I should just make a video of me playing with my cars.
Back to the model, moving rapidly on.
Yeah.
Two things. Two
Okay.
things.
Two things. First thing.
No, one thing. One thing that
Okay.
ires me
Oh, right.
is
Uh-huh.
is that attempt at the netting in the window, which
Uh,
I
yes,
think is poor.
I think it looks bad when they've done it in white. It's if I hopefully by prove my point that on this car it's black.
Oh, interesting.
So it's
Controversial even.
it's there. You can see it, but it's not shouting at you from across the layout.
This shouts at you.
Yeah. So I think
It
that's
shouts at you that this is a very geometric pattern. It's exact. It's not like baggy like the real thing would be, and it's just yeah. I have half a mind to investigate taking the interior tray out and wiping that with a lot of alcohol, IPA, um, and seeing if I can clean it off because I think I'd rather have it not. I think the look without is
I don't know
better.
whether the car have a net and a window, or is it just that they've modelled
Well,
full windows and printed
good
a net on
question.
it?
I bet
Yeah.
you're right there. I bet it only ever had the net.
I'd be surprised for a well, maybe I don't know. I don't know.
Mm.
American safety regs. They loved the nets, didn't they?
They did, yeah, yeah. Which is why they probably feel they had to put it on because
Mm,
some Americans might have gone, but they haven't got the net,
yeah.
and that was an American accent there. The other thing that
Well, I was
I
intrigued
would
earlier when you said tyre truing. You went very kind of Dorset, Devon.
did I
You went tyre truing. Yeah.
tire chewing? Oh well, that's probably because I drink scrumpy when I'm tire chewing, which is
Is
why
that
my tires aren't very true.
is that what you pour on the tyre to cool it down?
Uh, Magic elixir. Um, the other thing I was concerned about was the sills, which I don't think are going to be caught here at all. But they haven't taken a Mr. Slot car approach, but they have taken a wee liberty. Or maybe they have taken the Mr. Slot car approach. They try to hide the chassis, I think, and drop that sill down a little bit further than it should be. Because if
Mm.
I already had in the process
Oh, here's one.
this.
Here's one you didn't make earlier.
Here's one I didn't make earlier, 1/24th. And you can see the sill. Can you see at the front, the
Uh
dam
huh.
is here, and then it goes up a bit for the sill. Whereas with the RevoSlot, it's like all. I don't think the camera's showing that at all, but it's all one
It's
level,
all
and
there.
that's
Okay.
that's wrong. But it's not so bad that I look at it and cry, which I think I would do with the Corvette.
Well, again, you're just coming up with reasons why I think this is the best one. I have to say,
Why?
because
Because it's cut in. Yes,
it's.
they've got three body shells, haven't they? I think.
I've only seen two so far. So this one with the flared arches, and that one with the. Well, I don't. How do you describe these arches as opposed to those arches?
Um,
These are sort of smoothed in and terribly sexy and lovely, whereas
these are
those
more
are
bolted on and
bolted
chunky.
on. Yeah, right, there you go. That'll
Yeah.
do. Smooth and sexy and bolted and chunky. That's it. We should be in
My mind is
marketing.
going somewhere then, and
I
I
don't
don't
stop,
go.
stop,
No,
stop,
we're
stop.
already
No,
in enough trouble with
we're in
the
enough
YouTube
trouble with that.
algorithm.
Anyway, so will they do? I know they're going to do other liveries, but the only other the other RX-7 I'd like to see, which would
Is
be difficult because it's not quite the right body, is the Group B rally car.
oh, I don't know that one.
So well, yeah, it wasn't very successful for obvious reasons. But I mean, if you were going to make a rally car out of something, starting with a tiny, tiny little front engine coupe was probably not the way to go. But yeah, it was a group, yeah, and it's this is almost it. It had that big arch on it, and it was smoothed in arches, but they were very flat. The whole thing was very kind of flat sided. Blue and white liveries, lovely. I mean, there are no liveries of it. That's the other challenge. But anyway,
Because the Walkinshaw British touring car one, excuse me, doesn't isn't quite as flared and is
pure
much more sort of road car, isn't it?
pure production car shape.
But I
Yeah.
like that. I like that because I think there's some with like Motul across the top, and then also the Pentax ones. I like those.
Yeah.
But the
I'm
Fag ones will be the next one for me, which I think is in the next release. The Peter Stuyvesant, whatever it is.
You've gone west again.
That's kind of
Stuyvesant.
should have gone Australian with
They
that
could
one.
try it. Are they Australian? Are they? Peter Stuyvesant.
I have no idea, but they were that's the Bathurst car, isn't it?
Oh, I see. I see. Right.
Alan Moffat, Moffat,
Ah, okay, right.
I believe.
I've heard the name. I'm not that much of an Bathurst
What? Okay, you don't
aficionado.
know really, but Alan Moffat, come on. I mean, I
Yeah,
might be
yeah. I've had
pronouncing his name wrong, but he is
not really.
surely Mr. Bathurst.
Alan and Moffat. There's not much you can get wrong with that. Alan Moffat, maybe no. Well, no, there's two T's, so it would definitely be Moffat. No,
Moffat.
I've heard of Alan Moffat and Peter Brock and
There you go, Mr.
yeah,
Both Mr. Bathurst.
yeah. So because old Bathurst videos on World of Sport on a Saturday sort of thing,
Yeah,
which introduced us to it all. But no, I don't. Other than I don't. I know the XGSs went, and I know the Rovers went, and I know Sierras spoiled
yeah.
everything. Because didn't they throw? They found no reason to throw out the works Sierras when they went down
Did
there
they?
and blew everybody away. Yeah, I think there was
Allegedly,
some controversy.
allegedly, I think the Moffat car, against the homologation, had five, six gears instead of five or something.
Really?
There was something hooky about the
1980
transmission on that car.
1980s touring car racing with cheating. You do surprise me.
No, really?
I was going to say, to answer the question, was there ever a straight car? Just look at the ones down the back of the grid. They were probably the
Yeah,
ones running to the regulations. Never mind.
that'll be them.
Never mind. So, yeah, anyway, so I'm very excited about having a Mazda. And, yeah, good, well done, RevoSlot. That's it.
And slightly at a tangent, but this gives me a perfect opportunity to publicly thank one Scott Brownlee because I completely forgotten. I knew when this came out, I got all excited about and misty-eyed about my old FD3, and I dug out the book that I've got because I've got a fantastic book about the development of the FD3, and I suddenly thought, thinking, hang on, didn't Scott give me that? I think he did. And then I realized I've got the original brochure for
ah,
which I dug out at the time and read. And I was chuffed. Oh no, it's in the book. Where is it? There's a covering letter. There's a charming covering letter of how you got the book from the Mazda, the then PR Mazda guru, who sent it to you when you were at BMW. And it's a
what?
charming letter from a guy called Tim something or other.
Yes. It's
suggesting that maybe you go for a drink. I'm not sure if you're prone to drinking as as PR agents, but a public chance to thank you for giving me the both of those because they're treasured possessions.
wow, that must have been 30 years ago, something maybe.
It's a good. Oh gosh, it has to be.
It's
Yeah,
going to
it was
be
a
a.
93 plate car I had. Yeah.
Would it be?
Wow.
Would it be something? Well, maybe not that. Maybe I got them. The chap who sent it to me, Tim Watson, sadly no longer with us. He
Huh.
went on from Mazda to Ferrari and
Did he now?
had a
Wow.
very interesting time there, running around in red trousers in the pit lane and doing all that sort of thing. And he very kindly used to send me Ferrari brochures, which had a compliment slip, and he say contribution to the Brownlee Retirement Fund.
Wait, I must dig it out. He comments. It's a very short letter, but he says something about he snatched it out of your hand at some book festival or some motorsport event, and two, he felt guilty about that, and so he was sending it to you for your collection. So you must have quite the library, probably the National Library of
No, no, no.
Marvels.
I do have a bad habit of hoarding old stuff from back when, but not huge amounts of it. And the
Well, you were
Ferrari
known for it then.
the Ferrari brochures actually I didn't regret it at the time, but I probably regret it now. When my middle stepson was needed money for something, I can't remember, and he was so encouraging him to, and he was selling some of his own stuff like toys and things like that. So I gave him the Ferrari brochures and said he could have half of whatever he sold them for, which I don't remember how they went for. So I think I've only got like a couple of the Ferrari ones left. Interesting though, this you say so. Our generation, things like that printed material and something which was
Mm.
relatively rare in terms of public availability, like a press pack. Those things used to be quite sought after. And as the generations move on and we get people who are used to digital stuff and not having space for anything, I wonder if all of this stuff will just sort of, just people go, well, why would I want to pay money for a bit of paper?
Goes to so much landfill. It's
So
sad. Yeah.
yeah, but and the reason that's popped in my mind is I was at the Sandown Toy Fair on Saturday. Now Sandown is a race course, horse racing course, so it's got a big space that they use for this swap meet. They claim it's the biggest one in Europe. Who knows? How can I check these things? Anyway, hundreds and hundreds of traders and stalls and toys of every conceivable age and type. So die-cast trains, dolls, yeah, you name it, there's all there. And the audience is quite old, shall we say?
Yeah.
And I wonder if,
Mature.
well, yeah, and I wonder if all these things that we've stashed away, thinking, oh, I'm going to sell that when I'm older because it's valuable to me. The trouble is, the audience who are going to buy it are all older as well. And when we come to say, oh, well, I've got all these slot cars. Would you like to buy them? It's the rare, orange one with a misprinted what's it, and yeah, and yeah, just it's that. Sorry, a complete tangent off the fact you remembering of those Mazda brochures. Anyway, Mazda. So, where was I going to go with that? Can't remember. Anyway, just worries about the fact I'm selling stuff. I am going to start to sell some of the die-cast. I know this has been a
Oh,
project I've been talking about for about 5 years, but I've got to the stage where I've now made contact with an auction house because I've decided
isn't that an auction house?
auction. If I was going to do it individually, it would take forever and be psychologically bruising because things would each individual car having to be sold or not sold.
There
Whereas
would
if
be a tier for each and every one. You'd pick it
oh,
up and go,
I think it would be.
"Oh,
I think it
can I
would.
really let this go?"
Yeah. Well, I don't mind admitting, I am emotionally invested in some of this stuff, and I am. There's no point, whatever. So I think kind of shipping it all off to somewhere and it just being sold, and I don't know who's got it, and I had nothing to do with that process, and some money, hopefully, returns. Is
Are you
probably
allowed to tell us where it's going?
well, I don't know. The one I took part in an auction for the first time just to see how it works, and it was Vectis auctions
Ah,
who are
that's what I
online.
wondered. Yeah,
Yeah,
they're quite active, aren't they?
yeah, and the process of buying through them, I sat through a whole day of watching an auction. So it was Scalextrics plus other things. I put a bid on a lot and I won.
Huh?
and it duly arrived, and this process was seamless and fantastic. From the buying side, great. So I had a chat with the chaps on Saturday because they were at Sandown, and basically I have to take a whole load of pictures and box them all up, and off they go. But that's a winter project, I think.
The thing with the Vectis, because not followed, I've looked at a couple of their catalogs, and I think I did eventually bid on something, but I was quite surprised at the charges, the postage, and you have to bear all that in mind and think on before you think, oh, I'll bid 50 quid on that, and then you realize that there's a I don't know what you have to add a bit for them and then add a bit for their postage, and suddenly your 50 quid bid is like 65, 70
Yeah,
landed.
so you've got the V8.
A VAT.
There's a kind of margin for the thing, and then the postage stuff. Yeah, and so I think I worked it out. It's about 29% addition, roughly.
Whoa, a
So
third.
as a rule of thumb, so the number that you see on the screen, which is sort of hit. So I bid on a lot which was 3 cars, and I discovered why many of the lots.
No, no, no. There are people watching this screaming, which three fly cars?
Well, this is a bit of background for to tell you. So the, many of them were in bundles of 4 or 3.
Yeah,
And there would be one car I wanted, but not the others.
yeah.
And this bundle came up. There was one that hadn't got any of them, and I kind of wanted 2 of them. And so it was like, okay, that's the one to go for. And I won. And I've discovered now that what they try to achieve is they want lots that are sort of between 60 and 80 pounds starting point. So if you've got something that's worth a tenner, there's going to be 6 of them in that
Yeah.
lot. If you've got something that's worth 80 quid on its own, then it'll just be on its own. And that explains why they're bundling them up like that. And which I thought makes perfect sense.
Yeah,
I
for them.
don't imagine there's any logic to how they bundle them. I don't suppose anybody's going, they'll just take, because they're so, this is what really, it was obvious, but it hadn't dawned on me before. So I hope that the auction started at 9:30 in the morning. It finished about 3:30 in the afternoon. There was
Wow.
700 lots.
Holy.
So they were
Wow.
just going. This was like it was a mixture of
Yeah.
Lego, something else,
Yeah.
and slot cars. So there was just they were rattling through, and I'm sure somebody was just those three, those three, those three. Probably just checking there's not 2 of the same thing, or maybe not. I don't know. So I think if you're a super specialised collector saying, "Oh, I'd like the 3 Bond cars or something," that might be a challenge. But whoever's selling them just wants them gone. So I shall report back. As I say, there's still some work to do. As much as I've got to get them all out, photograph them, send them off to them, get arrange for the shipping because they're based up in the northeast. But it'll happen eventually.
None of them being RXs, Jag XKs, or old Mercs.
What the ones I bought? No, no. So
Mm.
the thing you did, so it was the 250 GTO, the brown one with the white roof.
Sorry,
Oh,
no, no, no. I meant the diecast that you're. Oh, yeah, we need to get to that as
yeah,
well.
yeah. Sorry, the diecast that I'm selling. The first lot will be the Toyotas.
Ah.
I had 4 cabinets in my office at work, which were full of
Oh, yes.
what for that, and they're all in boxes, so they're going to go. I think there's about I don't know. I've never counted them. I think there's about 500.
I've never counted them. I think there's about 500.
Well,
Holy
yeah,
cow.
I should say I stopped counting them. I think there's
Yeah.
about 500.
And we're talking the little 143rds?
143rd.
Yeah.
So, rally car, endless Corolla rally cars in different liveries, all the Le Mans cars, all the Formula One
Holy
cars
cow.
who ran the engine. So, and damn you, because there was like Spiker turned into Midland and something. There was one year, I think the car had 3 liveries. So that's how geeky I got about it. So anyway, so we'll see. And I haven't got the space to put them. I mean, that was why they were in the office in the first place.
Okay, and the flies that you did buy?
So the bundle was 250 GTO brown with the white roof.
Okay.
I like Fly 250 GTOs, so the
Yes.
brown one has got a charm of its own. A Thompson liveried what I call Ferrari Daytona.
Yep.
Now I've got the twin set, which is the Le Mans cars, but this is same livery, different number because I think it was the Tour de France or Tour, whatever they call it, Tour Auto car. Um, Interesting, a few little changes on it, but again, I like those models. They run well. I know they're not entirely. Well, actually, I've come to feel they're more accurate than they used to be, but I know they're a bit wide.
No, I
But
was going to say the Daytona's a bit squashed, isn't it?
yeah, yeah, but I do like them. And the one which was in there, which I wasn't really that fussed about, but I quite like, was the Tergal liveried Ford GT40. So red with yellow
Ooh,
writing on it.
yeah, yeah. Oh, I've got that one. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So those, and I got them for just 22 quid a car, roughly. It worked out at something like that.
Ooh, that's a bargain.
Well, it
That's
wasn't. It wasn't like steal them bargain. But it was
are they
as it.
used?
No, all brand new. And
Dude, that was a bargain. If you
yeah,
got them for like 22 quid each, that's surely a bargain. What
I
can you
still,
get for 22 quid at a swap meet?
well, I swap meet. Yes, that's an interesting point. Today, I took delivery of a brand new, never been out its box, and I didn't know that till it arrived. Never been unscrewed, nothing. MRRC Celica Group 5, the blue.
Oh, yep, yep.
Yeah, I love
Nice
those.
car.
Anyway, nice
Yeah.
car. So that was 22 quid, I think. So yeah, so I was about that. I was more interested in going through the process just to see how it worked. So,
Yes.
but yeah, three. So I've got three cars that I quite like, and which is good. So I guess whoever sold those ended up. So the selling fees are 25%. So whoever sold those got 75% of that. Can't do the maths in my head.
Hmm.
If you take the postage off, sort of thing, then yeah. So they probably got 15 quid a car, maybe a bit less.
Hmm.
That's this.
But
This is
they
the
got rid of everything in one
they
go.
got they
So
got it. Well, I suspect. And it was interesting. There was the prices from where they bought them. The price sticker was still on the
still
boxes,
on. Excellent.
and that shop went out of business in 2013 or something, I think. So maybe a bit before that, actually. So again, a lovely little bit of history on it in that one. Anyway, after that, buying, buy. You see, that's it.
I like yes, I think I may well have looked at the catalogue of possibly that auction because I was looking. I have a bee in my bonnet about. I think it's an Oldsmobile. It's one of Scalextric's Trans Am's. Probably got that wrong. I'm pretty sure it's an Oldsmobile.
Don't think it's an
Um,
old. I don't think there's been an Oldsmobile, but I
isn't
don't,
there? What is it
no.
then? Oh well, I've got my bee in my bonnet about something I know nothing about. Um, no change there then. And there was one lot was about. There were a couple of lots which were six Trans Ams. One of which I actually thought, oh yeah, I'd like that one, but then I'd have five things to get rid of, so I didn't bid.
Yeah, I think as a way of buying individual cars, it's probably not a great way to
No.
do. But if you were replacing a collection or starting from scratch, it's probably a fantastic way to do it, though.
Yeah, and there's a free song of excitement in actually doing auction
Yeah.
bidding. Although you have to be careful, otherwise you end up buying a Renault Aventime.
We'll go. Is it still down south on the coast?
Yeah, the oh God, I think I'm hanging on to it now, hoping that in a few years' time I can contact Johnny Smith and he can do a barn find on my Renault Aventime.
Yeah, you might have to wait quite a long time. Yeah, it's Renault Aventime. Yeah, nice.
Aventime, sorry.
Aventime. Yeah, yeah.
Aventime.
You can see it with a south country. But anyway, we've only got about 3 minutes left,
Have
and I
we?
feel
Oh, fire.
and I feel as though I've babbled on far too much. Sorry.
Oh.
What's the usual question? What's caught your eye? What are you looking forward to?
Oh my Lord, caught me out there. What am I looking forward to?
That's
Well, I'm looking forward very much to the next RX-7s from RevoSlot. Captain Scarlet Shizzle.
Oh yes, yes, yes.
Oh, and the big one, which I think must be round the corner, is that is it Ludwig? Excuse me, Slotted DTM the 190, Sonax stripes down the side.
Yeah.
I'm I am giddy with excitement for that one.
I
I
think
think it's a
it's
sweetly pretty looking car. The 190 I've only got one. Looks at the cabinet. It's the green and gold one. I can't remember who it's sponsored by. Some beer, probably. It's German after all.
D Bell's out. I think
D-Bell's
probably
out,
saying that all wrong, but yeah.
and that runs really quite well. That's one of my better DTMs. So I'm hopeful that I can put it through the race tuning by Pedro process, and it'll be a good one.
There's a video there, race tuning by Pedro. In fact, there's a
Not really,
series
because
of
then
it.
I'd have to give away all my secrets.
Are there a lot of them? I don't know.
My secrets. Oh, yeah.
You
Oh,
did.
you mean the ones about Slotcast? Sorry,
Ones about
I
Slotcast.
thought we were
No,
talking
no,
about
no, no.
other matters entirely.
I know. You did say you were going to be doing some reviewing, but that's still pending.
Ah, you know what I say and what I do, two totally different things. It is still pending. The summer's been so nice. I haven't want to drag the boards, which I now realise are too big. I've got three boards, which in themselves I felt were quite heavy, and that put me off. And then I have nailed a little bit of track to them, and they've got heavier. Who knew that would happen? And so I'm a little bit demotivated, but now it's raining again. I think I may well get those boards out, try and get something together, and then I was contemplating trying to do it to do a review of the RX. I thought that would be a good candidate. He said, pouring it once more. But I haven't got round to it yet, Scott. So thanks for reminding me about that.
Well, I was inspired by the car, the Mazda arriving. That I did a little kind of tribute to Slaughter, because he's always gonna. It's a good day when he gets us. He's a real RevoSlot fanatic, you see.
Yes.
So I just wanted to do the "It's a good day" and I unboxed the car. Never do unboxings. I literally just took it out, filmed it driving away, and filmed it coming the other way and stopping, which in itself still took and edited that together and published it. And someone went, "Oh, it took most of the video and you didn't even drive around the track." It's just a joke, really. It was just a kind of. Anyway, enough of that.
He does. He does a very good, if rather long. 11 to bits. Yeah,
Careful.
11 to bits.
We're going to get cut off in a second. This may see.
Oh, okay. He does a very good video on how to tune RevoSlot cars.
Fantastic.
It's a bit long, but it's very good. Lovely to talk to you, Scott.
And to you. Bye. Stay out the rain.
Oh, that
Bye.
is it. Bye.